everybody, and welcome to Dice and Consequences. Our recording session went a little bit too long, so as you know, we had to split it in half. This is The Boy with the White Hair Part 2. So if you haven't listened to Part 1, go on back. Also, why are you starting at the Part 2? A little heads up, remember when we said that Session 0 and Session 1 had a little bit of technical difficulties while recording? This is the last bit of audio from that technical nightmare. So after this, it'll be much smoother sailing. And before we get started, let me remind you about our cast. We have Jacob Geedy as the Dungeon Master, Kirsty Hamilton as Asuna, Chris Ward as Lim Fu, Austin Woodyard as Usan, and myself, Savannah Baldwin, as Kiaru. We are going to continue from where we left off last time, so let's start with a little recap. We opened to Usan waking up in the middle of a barn with a very strange animal. A young lady walked in while he was still kind of gathering his wits about him and screamed and took off. This started a chase with the young lady and her father, who were chasing after Usan into town. He ran into the twins, who mistook him for an evil snow spirit, and the chase continued. Through his escape attempt, he came into one of the shops and accidentally planted Mr. Korematsu into the floor, forcing said shopkeeper to pass out of fear. Then Usan, with his amazing stealth check, was able to hide from Asuna with her also amazing investigation checks. Kiaru, however, was not so gifted in the in the performance area this time. Her dice did not like her. As we lost Usan and tried to take care of Mr. Korematsu, we then moved on to Lim, who was a stowaway on an Earthkin ship. When confronted by the sailors of said ship, they ended up tossing him overboard after taking all of his gold, and as he swam to the harbor to go tell on the bullies from the ship, saying that they were taking bribes from stowaways, and then subsequently getting their ship landlocked, Lim started to pass out. So I'll bring you back into the story with Lim beginning to fall unconscious.
You pass out and you hear this guy go, "Oh my god, somebody come on, help, we gotta get this guy." Alright. After that, you awake in a pool of warm water. Oddly warm water.
Ew. Just ew.
Oh god.
How odd is odd?
Odd
How
water.
warm is warm?
Question, does it feel like water?
Yes. It actually feels... Okay, so now that you think about it, it actually feels almost like thicker water. Like it's still water, but it's much more viscous than normal water. And you feel like it enveloping you weirdly. Almost like it's gelatin that didn't get to be gelatin all the way. Like it hasn't set up.
Ugh.
So similar...
Okay, I'm just gonna keep my eyes closed just because I don't want to know what the hell I'm in.
Okay, give me one second here.
Good answer.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Sorry, I've had to deal with monkey rats and douchebag sailors. I don't want to know.
So you awake to hear, you're hearing kind of like jabbering voices in a language you don't rightly understand. One of them is sounds like a very calming one. One seems rather arrogant and boisterous, and the other is very like soft spoken. And now we're with Kiaru and Asuna. So you guys have just come in and noticed that your grandmother's healing bay is taken up by a strange person. Why don't you go ahead and describe Lim to us real quick? What does he look like?
Imagine a person on the larger side, like kind of built, and he's bald essentially.
All right, so it's a tall, bald man.
Yeah, essentially, just for the time being.
Basically you.
Tall,
yeah, it might as well be.
a tall, built, bald man is floating in this pool.
I guess with some scarring around the face after his previous encounters before he went on his journey.
He also has a tattoo on his collarbone area, right around there, that is in a script you don't know.
And then there's a scar going from the top of his earlobe down to like right near where his like the side of his mouth is.
Okay. And you said that he's a big bald man. Like, what age do we think he is?
I'd say he's around late teens, early 20s.
Yeah.
Somewhere around that.
Okay.
I'd say about 23, 24.
Okay.
I guess. I mean, I was going to say around like 2022, but I'd say like around, I guess without knowing my age, since I haven't told you in character, I'd say somewhere around that age.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah. Like, young 20s is what we're thinking.
Yes, early 20s. Definitely early 20s.
Okay.
All right. You guys are there in the healing hut. So you've run in, frantically while your grandmother sits there and is currently lacing water around this guy, healing, stitching together some of the more gruesome looking wounds, and is pulling like the black bile and blood out of the water and putting it into a different pool off to the side. She goes, "Oh, hello girls. Are you be still now. I'm very, very focused."
But Grandma, you're never gonna leave. What just happened?
Asuna, count to 5.
One? No, you don't understand.
Count to 5, Asuna. Kyaru, tell me what happened.
A snow spirit came by and attacked Mr. Korematsu, and now his leg is hurt.
And she stops and she goes, "What kind of snow spirit?"
It was the really tall one that, I'm trying to remember the name of it, that lures young girls out to, like, body snatch them.
Oh, the Dumok.
I almost caught him, though.
Don't be silly. Don't be silly, girls. Those don't exist.
No, Grandma.
No,
I swear.
it was there.
And she goes, "Well, where is this Dumok then now?
I have no idea.
And how would I know if he hasn't inhabited my granddaughters?"
Come on. We're too strong for that.
I think we would know if the other one got inhabited, right?
Yes, but
And right here now, I'm just going to spring my eyes wide open, just like as wide as I can, and just say nothing.
and the grandma, who is a cool and collected woman who's seen this a million times, goes, "I knew you were awake 20 minutes ago."
I mean, if she's speaking, I just look over and I just say, I'm just going to ask common to see if they do speak it.
She replies to you in common. She goes, "It's like, oh, well, look at you. Yes, hello. Welcome to my humble healing hut on Kariku. These are my granddaughters, Asuna and Kyaru."
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. But anyway, did you do this? I don't feel like I'm dying anymore.
And she goes, "Why ever would you die?"
I mean, fair point. I am an absolute unit, but anyway, I gotta get out of here.
And she kind of laughs and kind of goes, "Okay." So she goes, "Well, my name is Volo. I want you to stay put. You have a lot of injuries for me to take care of. You're also very far away from home, Mr.
You can just call me Fu.
Mr. Fu. Okay, yes, Mr. Fu. So you guys don't quite understand what your grandma's saying, because she's speaking in common. And then she relates to you in your language and just says, "Hey, he's an Earthkin man who collapsed on the snowbanks on the shore. He needs to heal." So you say it, and then she goes, "So a Dumok has been seen in the town. And what happened to Mr. Korematsu?"
He got kind of punched into the earth.
Punched? He got what?
He went through his floor.
Yeah, something pushed him through the ground, and his legs got stuck. I tried to pick him up, but it didn't work, and his legs are pretty hurt.
And she goes, "Okay, very well. I will go and take a look at this. And Kyaru, why don't you come with me? Asuna, you stay here and first cool off. You're melting my floor. And make sure Mr. Fu doesn't expire."
So you're gonna leave the non-healing person?
She kind of sunk through the floor, so I'm not gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole.
I don't have healing waters. What do you want me to do? Blast it with fire?
She's like, "You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine."
Yo, what's Firefoot saying? That doesn't sound too kosher.
And she goes,
Kayaru, who's sitting there feeling really inadequate about the whole situation previously, doesn't feel any more confident than Asuna does in her ability to keep somebody alive right now.
So basically, you see this fiery woman yelling in this language that, well, so you know the language kind of, like you know what it is, but you don't know, you don't understand any of it.
Yeah, pretty much. I just don't. I know the language. I just don't know what she's saying.
Yes, exactly. But it's also interspersed with a language that you've never really heard. And so you see her just kind of like melting like a small patch in the ground. She begins kind of like pacing around the hut. Is kind of breathing and just looks really upset. Just looks very, very upset. And then there's one girl who looks exactly like her, except like slightly a little more tan and wearing a parka and stuff, who has a very like calm and a very like I guess soothing face. Not somebody who's agitated or angry. Anyway, so Asuna begins pacing around the hut here. Gran takes Kiaru and just, come dear, let's go and make sure Mr. Korematsu can walk. Come on.
Alright, so I follow Grandma.
Alright, so you follow your grandmother as you walk out. Alright, Asuna, how do you feel?
Just so confused. Why am I the one left in the hell? I should be the one going after the spirit. I'm obviously the better hunter. I should be doing that.
Hey, don't leave me here at this one. Oh my god, she's gonna kill me.
So she's now pacing around, and a lot of the inner monologue that she has been telling herself has begun to just like unconsciously like come out, and she's now like rapidly saying this in this language. Lim, how's that making you feel?
I'm just in the back of my head. I'm kind of just like, I don't know if she's monologuing or if she's going into like a battle chant of some kind. I'm just gonna.
Alrighty. So no one's gonna initiate contact at all here. Okay.
I attempt to calm down, but I end up just breathing fire a little bit.
Okay.
With my breaths, it just comes out.
Wait, so is there still water in like the thing that I'm sitting in?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna take a handful and like throw it at her face when she starts like breathing fire.
Not
Okay.
again.
Alright, so you pick up this water, and it's almost like oobleck, and so you throw it. Go ahead and give me a, you know what? We'll go ahead and give you strength. Go ahead, roll strength.
Oh god.
Oh, God.
Can I
Okay,
use my acrobatics out of the way?
My modifier is +4, so that'd be 19.
Oh, 19. Okay, and
Well.
and Asuna, what is your? I believe your armor class is still below 15. So,
Yeah, it's 13.
all right. So this dragon woman is stomping around, like trying to cool, like breathing fire a little bit here, and you just go, oh god, huck this water at her, and it hits Asuna full in the face, like so as she's like going and breathing out some fire, just splashes, hits her in the face, and it like sizzles, like, and just drenches your whole face and head. And it's the thick, like, healing water that your grandmother uses. So, like, it's like soothing on your skin, but it's thick. So it's like stuck on you.
What are you doing? But he can't understand me.
No. So now
I stomp over to him.
I'm just gonna look at her with like a straight face and just sit there and just staring at her.
okay, you know what? Go ahead and give me. I guess what's willpower? Constitution check. Yeah.
Me?
No, Lim, because I don't know, a woman who's breathing fire and stomping. Yeah, is trying to get.
It's not.
Roll for intimidation.
Yeah, roll for intimidation. See if you can keep your cool. All right, roll intimidation.
Okay.
Roll intimidation there, Asuna.
Oh.
Okay, so you stomp up there, but you've begun to like angry cry. So
That sounds about right.
So like. You're angry because like of everything that just happened, but you're really upset too because you're like, why would this person hit me with water?
I've already had that happen twice today.
You're like, I don't know if that's scarier or not, honestly. Having the angry cry. So you're having kind of like an angry cry, and like you're kind of breaking, and he's trying to keep a straight face, going like, oh my god, what's happening? Usan, go ahead and roll a
My boy.
give me a Constitution save.
16.
Okay, 16. Usan, you lost consciousness after you kind of faded into the wall. You had some more flashes of things like of moving through the streets, but not as yourself necessarily. And you hear conversations that you felt like you were a party to, but you don't know. You understood what they were saying, and there were things like, "I almost had him. Why did you have to keep striking me? I'm sorry. I was like, I couldn't move. I froze. Well, you froze me to a wall. We gotta go get Gran." And then like flash out, and you come aware of your body again in a corner of this hut. Feel as if you've been like shoved out of something, and you've hit the wall and you've become conscious. You feel incredibly sick, and you spit up a little bit of like this black bile, but there's like a hiss in like the back of your head, and you like swallow the bile back down, and you look up. You see this kind of dripping wet fire woman yelling at this poor man in this tub, and you can now understand what she is saying.
What?
Why are you hitting me with this water? You know how many showers I'm gonna have to take to get this off of me?
You know, in another context, that would have been really bad.
Okay, look.
Can I just reply to her? Just like, I don't know what you're saying. I'm just gonna go ba 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 ba, and then just kind of just look away.
Don't dare look away from me while I'm yelling at you.
And he is saying, and he is mimicking like your language, and he is saying like all he's saying is like cat 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 cat. He's just.
What is wrong with you?
Because he's saying ba 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 ba. So it's just cat. It's just the word cat over and over and over and over again.
I'm just happy these people aren't trying to kill me anymore. We're in a good spot.
Yeah. And nobody's noticed Usan appear at all. Okay, so Usan, you're there. You get like pushed up against the wall, throw up a little bit of bile, all stuff like that. Asuna has her whole thing like that, and now you can understand her language. You can understand everything she's saying, and you can understand that this man, whom maybe only knows one word or is suffering from some kind of like mental some kind of mental trauma, is screaming cat 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 cat.
It started out, I was just trying to go to the market just to try to get like a cute little scarf for my journey, and then all of a sudden this freaking spirit comes out of nowhere, and then my sister keeps hitting me in the face, and then I come here, and then you hit me in the face with the healing waters.
And so
I'm just gonna put a thumbs up for just no reason and just put my hand down.
Like, yeah.
That only infuriates me more.
So Asuna begins to like flare up, and you begin to feel like the temperature of the room again getting a couple degrees warmer as Kiaru and Volo step through the thing. He goes, "Mr. Korematsu will be fine. You didn't. The ice cube really didn't do anything to him. He was he wasn't really even conscious. He was just kind of." And she says, "But you did great setting his leg. Everything's fine. He'll be just fine." And she looks over and she goes, so she looks over and sees the scene in front of her, and here's a guy going cat and like thumbs up. And Asuna screaming at this guy, drenched, and like has like a little bit of, like the blue liquid on like her shirt and stuff, or on her like clothes. And then she sees this white-haired, gangly Tanner-looking man, I guess laying against the wall, kind of.
So yeah, I haven't like tried to move or anything. I'm just like, don't know if I'm there or not.
Oh, okay. I see. So Usan hasn't figured out if he's, Usan or not. Okay, great. So she sees this, and she drops, like, her basket of, like, bandages and stuff, like, falls all over the place. And she goes, "What? Who's Dumak?"
I spin around. Ha! Found you!
And
I put my handful of water back into the bag.
And you turn around. Your arm kind of lights up again. It burns, and like kind of you yell out kind of a bit in pain. You spring up to your feet, and there's like something needling in the back of your head that says, "Speak, you idiot, speak."
You know where we are?
Don't even start with me.
And
Wait, is he speaking common?
no, he's speaking their language. He's speaking the.
Okay, cool. I'm just looking at like an idiot.
Yeah, and so you're just looking like, okay, this is again really weird. Can we all speak common? So Asuna, what do you do after he says, "Do you know where we are?"
You do not get to start there. And I rush over to him. I'm just running all over the place at this point.
I just lift my hands up to defend myself. I'm like, not there. No, when we are.
What?
And Vola goes, Asuna, calm down.
Asuna, breathe. Count.
Count. Kiaru, go cool down your sister. Although it seems like somebody's already tried to do that a little bit.
I laugh a little bit, and as a water lacer, I found this out earlier, you can cause water to form into simple shapes and animate at your direction. So like water vapor or ice or anything. So I'm gonna kind of like strip the healing waters off of her to like kind of dry her off, and then kind of like place it back into the pool.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. I thought this was going to take forever.
So you take it,
I got you.
Yeah, so you feel like you've just like dried off basically and cooled down, and she steps over to you and she says, What is your name?
I'm Usan. And you are?
I am Volo of Kariku. And you are Usan of...
Nowhere.
Well, you have to have come from somewhere.
Maybe at a time. I don't think so anymore, though.
I'm sorry, when were you able to talk? Because before you could have talked to us, but you just like screamed and then kept running?
You weren't speaking common before, but you are now at least.
No, we're not.
No common.
I nod my head a little bit. Yes.
Yep.
What am I speaking then?
It's Imikru.
It's quite sophisticated, isn't it?
I mean, I guess. I don't know. We were born speaking it, so.
Well, pardon my rudeness then, I suppose.
How did you learn it, though?
Well, I suppose I always knew it then.
She goes, this is a very weird dialect. She comes over to you and, like, puts her hand on your forehead. You immediately feel like electricity kind of just, like, snap through you as she reaches out. She, touches your head and immediately recoils in pain. Goes, ah! I have never encountered anything like this.
What's wrong?
You have a secret, don't you, boy?
Doesn't everyone?
I suppose so, but you have something inside you.
We should probably get it out then.
She says,
I don't really want it out.
yeah, she goes, no, it's willingly there.
I don't judge, I guess.
I'm gonna attempt to leave the room.
Okay.
You're not going anywhere.
Asuna, so you kind of move, Asuna turns around and yells at you again, and you just kind of like sink back in.
Is there no...
Oh, I'm just gonna keep moving since I don't understand what she's saying.
Is there peace in this place, then?
Yes. Well, I mean, there's peace all over the world, isn't there?
I asked, can you talk to him and tell him not to leave the pool? Can you speak with him?
Who?
Well, our grandma can.
Usan the
I
limb.
turn around and just say, common?
Yes, I speak common, of course.
Oh, God. Okay. Can you tell them to stop breathing fire? I'll throw water again. I swear I'll do it.
Okay, so he says all of this in common. All right, so go ahead and give me an intelligence check first.
Whom?
You, Usan.
15.
15. Okay, so you kind of got the gist of what he's saying. He spoke way too fast for you to try to, like, truly comprehend it, but basically it's saying, this woman's breathing fire, I'll throw water, I'll do it. Kind of like that.
Oh, God.
And now you can attempt to respond in common by giving me another intelligence check.
A 3.
There you go. Ah, yes. The bathroom is around the corner.
Pancake egg, yes.
yes, apple pancake egg.
I'm gonna assume you said what I said, but I don't want to eat an apple or a pancake found in this place. Yeah, I'm gonna say no to that. So.
And you just nod and like, yes. Apple pancake egg, yes.
Pancake good. Pancake good. Yes.
And you girls are a little bit lost on all of it.
Yeah.
You understand apple pancake egg.
I don't think I speak common.
Grandma, what's happening?
And your grandma is trying to she's trying to bite back laughter a little bit too, but also, like, this is a very funny situation, and if it weren't for, like, this random child just appearing, or this random
child.
Well, to her, you're a child. She's, like, in her 90s. It's like, so to her, everyone's pretty much a child. So she looks like who this man has shown up in her hut out of nowhere.
I prefer young man.
Young man. Are you listening to me? I said young man. Anyway, she is kind of trying to make heads with this young man is now in her house, and he speaks their dialect incredibly well. He is obviously not from here. This dialect is not spoken pretty much anywhere else. So how is this? So she's intrigued by you. She is laughing at her granddaughter and is kind of amused at all the stuff that KRIS is doing. She's like, please don't throw my stuff. She looks out and she says, okay, I need you all to wait here while I go and get Outtake, okay?
Who's Outtake?
He is our leader.
Very large, perhaps? Throws ice?
No, that's Kamuba.
I'm glad that very vagueness was enough for you.
Well, I can infer based on the fact that I just came from healing the man you planted into the ground.
I didn't plant him.
Well, he was growing from the ground, so...
I was merely being assaulted.
I see.
Is Usan hurt at all?
No. Wait, maybe...
Just bruised, nothing like, serious. Okay. So, like, topical wounds that can be quickly healed, nothing crazy.
Oh, get in the water. No.
Yeah. Yeah, like, if you were to touch the water, it would probably just kind of clean itself off. So she says, you wait here. Asuna, if he leaves, you can fire strike.
I'm at the ready.
Alright, and so she leaves.
So Grandma just left us with two strange men. Great.
Good job, Grandma.
Well, this is a really odd situation.
I look up at Usan, I just say, I go.
I shake my head, no go.
No go. Indeed. So, after I'm assuming based on the conversation here, a long, rapt silence.
I think Kiaru would go check on Lim and see, like, where Grandma left off and see what she can do.
Yeah,
I stand by the door, guarding.
Is there a window in the room?
You're a big man. You can't fit through a window. I'm sorry.
There are no windows in, like, the hut area, like, around there, but since there is, like, a fire kind of in the center, there is, like, a hole up top, but...
What is the hut made out of?
Ice.
It's made out of, like, ice and, like, leather on the inside, like pelts.
Okay, so there's definitely no getting out that way. Okay.
So after this, an older man, not quite as old as your grandmother, but still, I'd say probably in his 50s or 60s, steps in, looks at you two girls and nods to you, and then looks over at Lim, and he speaks in common to you and says, "You are that stowaway man that got thrown in the harbor, aren't you?"
You caught me.
Yes, we'll have words later. And he looks over at Usan. He leans over to Gran and saying in their language, he goes, "I have never seen a person like this before." And he says to you in common, "Who are you? Do you not speak common?"
What is a newborn, you would say? Someone that has been born. They're nobody, yes?
Yes, I would assume they are somebody, but I guess they are somebody to somebody, but nobody to strangers, which is what you are.
I am nobody yet.
Indeed. But seeing as you are here in my village, terrorizing my citizens, doing
they did start at first.
From what I gander, and he realizes for a second, he goes, "Wait, you speak our language?"
Yes.
And now everyone else is just kind of like really surprised, really shocked, kind of weirded out. He's kind of weirded out by that. He goes, "Okay. Well, then why didn't you just talk with Kamaba and Leah?"
I didn't before, strangely enough.
So how did you learn our language?
I shrug.
And he goes, "Okay, with one thing at a time. I understand you were doing some suspect things with some polar giraffes."
No.
No. Well, it's like so. Then are you calling Leah, my niece, a liar?
I give him a disgruntled look. Do I need to?
And he goes, "Choose your words carefully, boy."
I prefer young man.
Oh, okay. So he's gonna.
I'm ready to zap him.
What was that?
I'm ready to zap him. Just give me the word.
And he stops for a second and goes, "Asuna, calm down."
And I put a hand on Asana's shoulder, like, calm down.
He looks over and says, "Well, he won't tell me his name. What is his name?" And looks over at...
I am Usan. I thought I had said.
You just said you were nobody.
Usan is a name, but I am nobody.
I see. So we should call you Usan.
I suppose.
And where do you come from, Usan?
I don't recall. I don't even know where we are.
We are in the very far north on Kyaru Island. Not Kyaru Island. My goodness. Kariku Island.
And there's no war here at all.
No, we are at peace. We are under the protection of both the Northern Water clan and the Fire folk as well. Is there a war that you're aware of?
Not yet.
So I'm assuming there was war in your land and it is moving.
I wouldn't imagine it'd ever reach here.
The world is not such a far-off place as it used to be, young man. Look at this gentleman here. And he points over to Lim and says, "It used to be very rare that we would see Earthkin, and now he's a dime a dozen."
It's kind of rude, isn't it?
Rude or not, it is the fact.
I'm gonna attempt to leave one more time.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check. Alright, so a 10. You kind of splash a little bit too much getting out of the water, and the water just kind of envelops you and pulls you back in. And
Can I roll a strength save to see if I can just not get pulled back in?
you know what? Go ahead. Yeah, give me a strength save. Let's see what happens here. 15. Okay. So let's. I gotta figure out what the strength of water is here.
The strength of water.
Water's pretty strong.
Water is pretty strong.
That's very true. I don't know how much there is.
It can hold up whole metal boats.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, that's big water. This is little water.
Little
water.
Thick water. It's like thicket.
Okay. So just with like a lazy flick of her hand, Volo just goes and just rolls you over and just says, "Stay there, hun, please. It is much safer there."
But yeah, maybe safer, but this ain't where I need to be. So I'll be on my way.
She says, if you are intent on getting up, and she just kind of pulls around in the water, sinks down into a trough below you. It allows you to stand up. So you are now standing, and she says, "Don't leave yet. There are some things I need to go over with you." And looks over at Usan, and Outtake walks up, goes to Usan, and looks at his arm.
Oh, I'm gonna try to hide my arm. He can't see that.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, well then let's see if he can see that you're hiding something at least. Okay, 13. Give me a sleight of hand.
A 22.
22. Okay,
Yay.
so you managed to pass.
We're a high roller.
Yeah, no, you're doing just fine. You managed to pass it off kind of like that. But she's like,
I'm just hiding it in my robes.
and he looks and he goes and he sees your bag and he goes to reach and grab your bag.
Oh, he can't have that either.
Okay.
I snatched that hungrily. I say, I didn't realize the mayor could have been able to just check anyone's bags when they desire. There's no privacy here.
Well, you are an undocumented foreigner on my lands, and so I have to check for your identifications to make sure you're here legally.
I'm not here legally. I know I'm not.
He goes, well then, and he just kind of makes a gimme gesture to the bag.
I sit there pondering.
As you ponder your internal monologue, the little voice in the back of your head that the needling just kind of goes, don't let him have it. Protect it. Keep us safe, Usan.
Alright. This place just has an archway for an entrance?
Yeah, an archway with like some, pelts put over to kind of keep it insulated.
Alright, as a bonus action, I'm going to use Living Shadow.
Okay.
It's a lot of reading. I'm making it 60 feet away out the door, and as an action, I switch places with it.
Okay. So you put it out the door. Wait, hang on a second, because it's where you've been. So
Well, the shadow that I'm replaced with no longer exists. It is kind of like I moved, basically.
okay, so it doesn't have to. You can cast a shadow wherever. It just has to be within
60 feet.
60 feet. Okay.
Since I'm level 3.
Okay, you managed to and like poof out of there, just disappear. What's left behind there, guys, is sort of a shadow, kind of thick fog kind of thing is almost left there.
A gray mist, basically.
Yeah, like a gray mist is kind of left there. But there's something more in it. It kind of begins to expand and go up to the very top of the hut, but it doesn't go out. And it begins to slowly sink down and press down upon you guys. So it's starting to creep slowly down to fill the hut.
That's kind of creepy, though.
I'm dashing away in the meantime.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fine. So what are you guys going to do? You're just going to stand there?
I try to leave the hut.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we just skedaddle?
Okay.
Can we try to dash after him?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
So I need you guys to make... How do we do frightened now?
It's a wisdom save,
Yeah,
usually.
that was a wisdom save. Yeah, make a wisdom save for me, please.
Okay.
Everybody involved. So...
Oh, God.
Woo! Alright, a 5 and a 7 for the twins. God, I can't get above a 10 today.
And then Lim, go ahead and roll for me. 17, okay.
Only one roll below a 10 today.
Yeah. So, Chris, you're going to miss it by 1. Okay. So, Inutuk runs away, but gets grabbed by mist tentacle kind of thing. Kind of comes out and grabs him and yanks him up into the mist. Your grandma goes, "Girls!" and beckons towards you, and another one whips out, whap, and knocks her through the ice wall. And
Oh my God.
Grandma!
And out. And you guys are rooted to the spot as the thing begins to slowly come down on top of you. And it's almost like there's like a lightning kind of sparks and stuff flying, crackling through it. And as it engulfs you, Usan, you are now sprinting as far away as you can. You stop. You go stiff as a board and smack, boom, headfirst into the snowbank. Eyes are wide. You feel as if you're sucked, part of you is sucked away. You are now in this all-encompassing black cloud. And around you, encased in this blue, red, green light, and then yours is a sort of blue-white. Basically from your hips down, it's black. You guys are all in there. You see the girls all around. And I'm assuming you're going to try to run immediately, right?
I try to what?
Are you going to try to run as soon as you see them again?
No.
No, okay. So you're all pulled into this thing, and you're all standing or floating, really, in this ethereal place. There are light specks flying all around, but this is all-encompassing blackness, as black as space. And a voice that you recognize, Usan, but one that nobody else does, obviously. And it says, "The four have come. The incarnate shall be reborn. The land will be coated in fire and death. But you will join, and perhaps you may stave off the coming tides." Usan, dear Usan, you are our protector. You are the incarnate of light and dark. You, Kyaru, and you, Asuna, are the duality of fire and ice. And Lim, you are the stoutness of earth. Together you can do great things, or you can let the world fall into shadow, which I would prefer. But I feel I must tell you, war is coming. The peace will not last. The mountains will shake, the valleys will split, and the oceans will boil. And the incarnate will come to bring balance to the world. Good luck. And all of a sudden, Usan, You wake up in the snowbank. Kiaru and Asuna, you guys awake on the floor, crumpled. Lim, you are keeled over, leaning up against one of the pelts in the side of the room. And Inutuk's body is in the center, and it is turned around and twisted, broken, completely broken.
Good lord.
Oh my god. I think I'm yelling, Asuna, are you okay?
Relatively.
Where's Grandma?
There's a grandma-sized hole in the ceiling, I suppose.
Is it her shape, or is it just a hole that she could fit through?
A hole that she could fit through. It's
Okay.
This is serious. This is not some Disney comedy thing here. Like,
Sorry.
she was
shaped holes.
she was ripped out of existence.
Asuna, go check on Grandma. I'm gonna check for vitals real quick. Right here.
Okay, I run out of the hut.
Okay. You run out of the hut, and there's a crowd kind of gathered around, and people are hacking and coughing as ash begins to fall mixed with snow from the sky. And people are coughing and hacking, and there is a woman's body that is being surrounded by tons of people. You know it's your grandmother. You sprint over to her. As you're doing that, Kiaru is checking for vitals on Inutuk, and as you do, you touch him, his hand snaps back around and grabs your arm, and he rotates himself back into I guess normal, and takes a huge breath, looks at you, and is terrified, and he tries to splutter, tries to speak something, but can't, and just lays there, staring straight ahead at the ceiling. Lim, what do you do?
I get up and I'm just slowly walk back over there because I personally am not sure that he's back to normal, and I'm just gonna ask if he's okay.
Okay, so as you kneel down to ask if he's okay, he grips you and he whispers in your ear, and it just sounds like is right there in your ear, and it gives you a headache, almost like it's piercing into your brain, and then a ringing and like a click, and he collapses, eyes staring straight, and you have a splitting headache for just a moment.
I'm gonna pick him up off the ground.
Okay, pick him up off the ground, and you're cradling him. I'm assuming, what is Kiaru doing now?
Oh no, I was gonna shake him and ask him what the hell he did to me.
Kiaru's like freaking the fuck out.
No response comes from the rigid man.
Rigid?
Yeah, he's gone completely
dead,
rigid. He's rigid as if he's become ice.
Oh god. Well, I'm thinking if this is happening to him, what's happening to Grandma? And I'm running over there.
So you run out, and again you notice the snowbank. You notice like the snowfall. You're running over to Grandma. Your grandmother Asuna is crying, and you look back over to the shore. Usan, you pull yourself out of the snowbank, and as you see giant fireballs flying through the sky. And that is where we'll end our session.
Dang it! Wow, okay, I knew it was coming to close, but damn it!
Alright, so that's it for Dice and Consequences this time around. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you have enjoyed this as much as I have. And God, I love me a good cliffhanger. Anyway, so what do you guys think? What's going on?
No, I didn't realize it was going to be so Usan-centric.
Usan-centric.
I didn't want that, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Usan, do you think you're the Incarnate?
No.
No, okay, yeah, you're not.
A lot of book stuff going on, though.
Yeah, a lot of book stuff going on. A lot of everything. So you're gonna need there's a lot of things you all are gonna need to find out about each other, about the book, who's attacking you, what's going on, why are they attacking you, why has suddenly the 200 plus years of peace suddenly been shattered, and that is what we'll hopefully find out the answers to some of these on our next episode. So
books to you guys because I can't read.
So there we go.
There.
So there we go. All right. So we're going to go around the table real quick. So where I'm going to steal something directly out of one of our favorite podcast series, but this is also a good one. So starting out the social medias, if you have any social medias, does anybody have any social medias here? I don't think any of us are very active on social media anymore, to be honest.
I'm definitely Definitely not.
Yeah, well, that might...
Not super active,
Yeah,
no.
that might be something we have to change come later time. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and roll out the red carpet for some of our people here. So, Austin, is there anything you want to plug? Anything that's you find interesting or you want to let people know about?
No.
No?
Real good.
Nothing going on there? Kirsty, anything you want them to know about?
No, I don't have anything. Sorry.
Nothing right now? Okay, that's fine. I totally sprung this on you at the last moment, but we're going to keep it going. Chris, anything you want to let everybody know about?
Nothing at the moment, but possibly next session.
Possibly next session. There we go. All right. Ooh, some foreshadowing. And then, Savvy, anything you got to say?
I've been watching What We Do in the Shadows on Hulu. So that's fun.
That's fun. Yeah, so that's a great. It's a great show. So we're shouting out. I guess Hulu and What We Do in the Shadows, which is
naturally.
Yeah.
Go check them out, guys.
Yeah, totally. So completely unsponsored, by the way. But
yeah, for those who don't know, I guess it's like a vampire show shot in the style of The Office.
Oh, I've seen that. It's pretty funny.
It's really funny. Yeah,
it's pretty great.
So,
Three vampire roommates, and there's like two normal ones, and one's essentially like Nosferatu from that old movie, from one of the older movies.
Yeah. Ah, it's great. All right, so now that Savvy's put anything out, any last minute things, guys? No? Okay.
No.
Good. All right. So we're going to go ahead and go from there. Thank you again so much for tuning into Dice and Consequences. We'll see you in our next session. And stay tuned because our Curse of Strahd campaign is kicking off real soon. So we'll see you then. Take care, everybody.
bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Catch you later, dude.
Alrighty, well thanks Jake. I'm not scarred for life or anything. Thanks guys for listening into this episode of Dice and Consequences. Please rate, follow, and subscribe to this podcast wherever you listen to them, whether that's Apple Podcasts, Google Play, or Spotify. Be sure to check us out at Dice and Podcast on Instagram, and you can always shoot us an email if you'd like at diceandconsequences@gmail.com. Attribution for the sound effects can be found in the episode description. The theme song and outro is Firestone by Seth Baldwin. Alrighty, gotta think of something funny. Oh shoot, I'm still recording. Alright guys, well I'll catch you next time. Bye!
So, oh, well, hello. Shout out to the horn crew. Can you not move him?
Is he in the map layer?
Is he in the map layer? Oh,
We're
damn
back
it.
to
They're in the map layer. Okay, hang on.
That would do it.
Yeah, that'll do it. We'll move this up to the token layer.
Hey, look at that.
There we go. Token layer. Okay.
I just saw him just.
Just like just beam away. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and
Right here.
make some stuff here. All right, so Usan, real
we're
quick.
back in.
I can't seem to get your token here. There we go. Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna drop that in here. Oh my God, you're way too big. Okay, hang on.
I don't think I'm on the same page, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I haven't done it yet. Wait. Oh God. There we go. Okay. Yeah, Usan was like the size of a frickin' building. Okay.
He's not that big of a boy.
No, he's not that big of a boy. So you so here we go. And we're gonna go ahead and move over to the page here. And there we go. So there are several buildings here. You've now reached the area now here.